I like how people doubt us, my boy.
There's nothing to doubt. It's literally just me and you talking to each other.
What can I say? We're BMXers, dude.
Doesn't matter at all. I just want to clue people in on the chaos that can come before these things. Because literally, you were on the phone with me. Let me look at my call.
Okay.
7:37. We were on the phone for 8 minutes. So that's 7:45.
Okay.
You called me. You let me know we were going to do this 15 minutes ago. And I've taken a shower and set up and got everything ready.
Dude, you took a shower for these people?
Yeah, I was dirty, bro. I chased a tractor all day.
That's good. I don't even know what we're sitting on. We probably have one person in here right now. What are we sitting at?
We've got 2 because no one watches these.
This is great. We got 2. That means nobody watches it, so that's 2 people here right now.
Yep. So, first of all, I'm going to give a shout out to these guys.
Oh, shit.
If you don't know what this means, search it on Instagram. And then go to Dustin Reese's Instagram and comment on his most recent post letting him know that you want to see these shirts exist.
Hell yeah. What's up, Adrian?
Adrian, are you a nobody? Are you no one? Because no one watches these, bro.
We got 2 people on here. You know what? We could put them in the show. Fuck it.
What's up, Jason Taylor?
What's up, Jason?
YouTube's starting to send out the notifications. They're going to trickle in. Jason Taylor in the chat. I love you, my G. Kevlar's in here.
Hell yeah. What's up, Kev?
I love your shirt. I did not notice it till just now.
I'm a god when it comes to wearing goofy shit. I beat up a nurse.
You beat up a nurse?
It looks like one of those nurse shirts. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. Well, I can't really... Victoria, can you grab mine?
Where is it?
In the top drawer. I got one I want to show too.
Oh, shirt?
Yeah. I think it's up there. It's either that and the one on... Yep, right there.
This thing?
Yep.
I don't know what the heck.
Yeah,
Yo, what's up,
she
Kev?
got me this one for my birthday.
DFLJ. What's up, David?
Look.
Yeah.
Dude, that's dope. You want to see my dope shirt? Are we showing off shirts right now? Check this
We're
one
showing off shirts right now. What up, David? DFLJ, JDA, Rocket Power. Victoria got me that for my birthday. Boom. Notifications come totally random times. Not sure what's up with YouTube. Well, we made this stream like 10 minutes ago.
Let me see.
It's only been a thing for like 10 minutes, so don't feel bad if you didn't get notified right away. 14 whole no ones are in here right now.
I got tons of shirts, but I can't seem to locate the ones I had. But I was gonna locate a shirt that KC Badger got mad at me wearing when I was at a contest in 2010.
Nice.
But I can't find it right now. But it's a very offensive shirt, and it fits me perfect.
We'll have to see it at some point. Yo, you know what? There is a whole 14 no ones in here because no one watches these.
Who is this RM person? You are just screaming on it right now.
Because, dude, if you're gonna say nonsense, I'm gonna call you out on it. Russell Jennings, how's Michigan? Alexander Fleming, Fenning, Rocket Power is dope. So is Rugrats.
Right, so let's give a shout out to sponsors that hooked us up today. We got FTL.
That's not the camera, bud.
I'm not in FTL, sorry. This one is Fat Tracks. I erased that. Forget I said that.
It's FT, not FTL.
Big shout out to Throne Bikes for buying me some Gucci glasses. Shout out to Merit BMX for the Dr. Pepper. And obviously, I'm not sponsored, but I do support this brand. And I want all you guys, when you guys get a chance.
Adam Banton. Inventor of the down whip.
Biker and Baker, the original. This is a fun adventure that starts at caring. Get some good food. Hit him up on Instagram. Buy a few of these. Tell him Montana Ricky sent you there. And then when you get them, take a picture, tag them, help them, support them. They're healthy. They're good. I dropped my phone.
Jeff Mead's in the chat. Donovan's in the chat. Michigan's nice today. That's good.
Look at this.
If
This
we're
is
going to
how
talk
we-
about sponsors, I'm going to give one that can help the people too. Aces Joint Repair. CBD topical that will make your aches and pains stop hurting as much. And if you use the code BMX, that's what I made my discount code. I'm not going to put the whole Brant Moore, use my code, Brant Moore 10, because 15 Brant Moores before me made a code too. I use the code BMX to save people 25% off this stuff. And this is how much I use it. Oh, you can kind of see it in there.
Hell yeah, man.
Because literally, I'll use it right now. Because my wrist, Victoria is just behind here talking so much shit.
Sorry, it's your James Charles Moore code.
Yeah, that's what it is. You guys got any hot sauce? Apparently, we got to make hot sauce.
We don't have a hot sauce sponsor, but we'll figure it out. I just figure, there's a lot of brands and a lot of people that support me and you, Brant.
Yeah.
And it's just good to give them a shout out. Speaking of that, let me go over here. Make sure you guys hit up Etnies. Get some Etnies.
Bro, I got. All right, we're gonna play this.
Look at this.
game.
Look at this, boys. We're real men over here. We don't eat waffles. All right, real men eat real shit. Get this. Don't get the waffle.
Or these. Or these too.
Oh shit, those are expensive.
These are my moon boots,
Hold
and I love them. Okay.
on, Brent. We're going ham here right
You're
now.
not supposed to eat it, Brent. I don't eat it.
Brent.
Where do we go on ham? Are we sellouts right
Yeah.
now?
No, we are. All right.
No, we are.
Big shout out to The Secret for my underarm deodorant. It's organic deodorant, no junk. Hit up The Secret, get some deodorant.
We're gonna keep this going, Ricky.
All right.
Wait, ready? We got Stacked. Shout out to Stacked Bike Shop because Larry is a real guy. And I'm not sponsored by Zevia, but I wish I was because this stuff tastes like pop, but it's just water.
All right, hold on. Let me see over here. Let me see what I got.
You need ventilation in the Kevlar. That's what these are. This is ventilation. It's like air conditioning for your feet. I'm just gonna call this the
All right,
sellout
Brent.
stream.
Hold on, Brent.
What?
All right, here we go. This is when you really live that life. Let's go through and let's see what sponsor sent me what. Let me see if I got something in here. Hold on. We gotta find the unopened packages. So these are the ones that I opened and I wore once, and then
We
I
already
give
did
all
this.
the kids these shirts afterwards. So I put them in my trunk, and then when I see kids, I just give them whatever my sponsors gave me, and then if you know what I mean, I try to help them out because I can't wear everything I own.
Hood Santa. Did Ricky get an airbag? No, Ricky didn't get an airbag. But my wrist that was kind of hurting a little bit stopped hurting now after
Hell
putting
yeah.
that stuff on.
Your wrist probably hurts because you have 40 pounds of hair on there. Shave that shit.
What is my wrist? Oh, you're literally talking about my wrist. I'm like, what? I would like to
Rick, you
thank
get an
Cartoon.
airbag?
Jeff Mead says I would like to thank Cartoon Network and Marlboro cigarettes.
I wish he'd stop smoking.
Random. But on a real note, actually no, I'm gonna save this for a video. I lied.
Oh, you got more stuff? You just don't want to show it?
I just wanted to save it for a video.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's worth it.
Either way, we're not bragging or doing nothing. We're just showing you guys that for
Ricky and I just got in a pissing match is what happened. Let's be real.
Well, I mean, I have such, I don't know, I'm very blessed and lucky to be where I am. So
This is one I'm genuinely proud of and one I like.
That's a gangster one to get.
I just wanted, because I just got a notification that they sent me a package today. Park Tool is the real one.
That's crazy. That's a good one. Yo, what's up, 20 grip?
20 grips in the chat.
Donovan? I don't know who
Merritt
Texas
needs to
Sam
make
is, but
forks. See, here's the thing about Merritt and forks, and I'll say it so Ricky doesn't have to,
go ahead.
because I know it doesn't sound good when Ricky says this, but there's already companies that make the best forks in BMX, and it makes no sense to try and compete with them.
I will give him my other one. The thing that no one ever talks about is you need insurance to make certain parts.
What? What do you mean?
Like you could make anything and have the potential of somebody suing you. What's the two scariest parts that are on a bike? And if it has
forks,
a fault,
bars, and stems.
Yeah, and brakes.
Okay.
So brakes are another thing. So we just haven't chose to do one yet. But eventually it will come. It takes time.
Yeah. Jeff, I don't have a
onto
park
something
tool
different
code.
right
I
now.
just I send a message to Truman and see if I can get some help, and he helps me. Truman
what?
from the park tool videos.
Oh, that's sick. Dude.
Anyways, what does the insurance cover that you have to get?
I don't know fully, and I haven't got into it, but it's a liability clause, and it's just something as a company, if you're just starting or something, it's the last thing that you want to put up with. So it's something that's super serious.
That makes total sense, and I'm sure it's not cheap. Somebody, Alexander Fenning, said there is a huge liability in forks. So then how does...
Anybody could make them. You could just take the chance of making them, and it happens. I guarantee you, in the last 10 years, I bet you maybe one company has had a problem or somebody try to sue them, and I bet you it's just bigger companies.
But taking the chance of that happening is kind of like scary.
Yeah, and it's just something to be a smart businessman and think about. And also, speaking, it's not my company, but I represent it. We don't Merit as its brand itself is always trying to think of something that makes riding better, that's for the rider, and to change things, not just make something. Now, I know when people look at things, they're always just like, oh, well, that's been done.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, certain things have been done, but we're thinking of things outside the box with our cranks. Obviously, people have done a lifetime warranty, but I legitimately have a lifetime warranty. Not a warranty, not a 90-day, not a hidden thing.
Yeah.
And then our cranks are made different than anybody else's. The metal wraps around itself. It is not welded the same way. So we just try to think of things that are better for the rider.
And there's absolutely no denying that warranties in a lot of BMX companies are a joke. And if you don't believe me, watch my frame warranty video where I literally summarize the warranty of every single BMX company that makes a frame except for like 2. Because I forgot. I went through the websites of every single one. And there's literally website or companies in BMX who make BMX parts that their warranty and their websites say these bikes are not meant for stunting or taking off of the ground or anything like that. And then their warranty is crazy. It's
well, I mean, you
nuts.
have to also think, like, people think when they buy something and they get a warranty that they should just get the whole thing brand new, and it's their fault that they do it. So if you have a warranty with us, which I'll be very fucking honest with you, I would love to see somebody break some of the things that we have warranties on, because I haven't had it happen. And if I had to have the computer here and pull up the computer to show the stock for the things that we have for warranty, it says 0. It is 0.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make things that, like the driver on our Diamond driver, no one's broke one. Now, people have left it in the water. Okay, cool. You left it in the water. We're going to help you with that. But that's not a warranty. That's you leaving it in the water.
Jeff wants to know if you've got any 4-piece bars.
They come in 2 weeks. We have 2 containers of tons of things coming in. We got We got the new Brandon Began colored tires. We got 2.1 tires, 2.4 tires in the theory. We got all of our handlebars coming. We're doing a wrestling theme. So Jake the Snake bars.
What? That's cool.
Yeah, so Jake the Snake bars, Slaughter bars, Sergeant Slaughter bars, Andre the Giant bars. We got new colorways in the grips. The Charlie grips, the Itzy grips, and then the Billy Perry grips.
I do have to give it to you. I did some descriptions today for front load stems,
Yeah.
and the Merit one, the inaugural was on the list, and it definitely has one of the most unique looks of any front load stem out there.
It's funny. So we have Sean takes a lot of pride.
What up, CX4130, aka Aaron? Okay, continue.
Somebody said nah on the shirt. We just, I work for two people. I work for Mike Brennan and Sean Kern, and Sean Kern is a scientist. The thing that people never talk about in BMX is engineers, the people that do the designing. You get maybe one or two every 10 years. So
Right.
that means with kids that want to be a part of BMX, every kid wants to be a pro. Every kid wants to be sponsored. But how many kids want to be sales reps?
Yeah.
How many kids want to work in a BMX manufacturing? How many kids want to, design shirts and stuff like that? There needs to be more kids that want to go to college and design new bike parts so the future could have new stuff. Literally, designers in BMX is, you want to talk about being sponsored. There's the thing. Go to school, become an engineer, and fucking design BMX parts.
Send the company an email with your CV and resume once you get out of school, being an engineer for a mechanical engineer to design things. I mean, if you think about it, how many like engineers in BMX with a big name even are there? The only one I can think of that actually is like a popular name is G Sport George, and that's only because
Jim Bauer.
G
You have
Sport.
Jim Bauer. There is multiple ones, but I honestly feel like the guys that graduated at the time that my boss graduated, the three big ones are the dude over at Tree, Jim Bauer,
Sam.
and my boss. And
G
those
Sport
guys,
George.
they didn't graduate at the same time. I'm talking from
Oh,
the same
okay.
class. Those dudes, there's so many bike parts that kids ride nowadays that don't even understand or realize.
Yeah.
And Sean and Jim Bauer and that Sam guy have been, have been a part of that and have made a lot of things. But I feel like I've always said this one where kids are always like, I want to be sponsored. But there's so many things you could be sponsored in BMX for. And you can make way more money in BMX and still ride BMX and get all the benefits of BMX and not even be a pro.
Right.
And make more money than a pro. If your goal in life is to work in BMX and do that, don't just be sponsored. Like being a sales rep, I mean, you have to have experience and you got to be a good talker and you got to be knowledgeable and obviously likable, but it's kind of tough, but it's an easy route. And that's why I always tell everybody, go to the bike shop. Just work at a bike shop because every company has to talk to you. Happy birthday, early one, Russell.
Happy early birthday, Russell. I'm just bouncing happy birthday CX4130 across the screen. Because it's his birthday today.
So when I was in high school, right when I graduated from high school, Bill Berger on here sold me Ruben Alcantara McNeil frame.
Whoa.
And somebody broke in my house and stole it. Number one, that's the crazy thing. But I ended up getting it back. To answer your question, Bill, to be honest with you, I've always wanted to ride BMX. Like, that's all I wanted to do. Yo, tell Victoria to move her feet because you can see her feet and everything. There you go, Victoria.
They can't see that, just you can.
Oh, Um, but yeah, I mean, I owe some credit to Bill too. Like Bill used to ride street with us stuff. He worked over at a bike shop called Knickerbiker, which I ended up over at, and then my buddy Travis ended up buying it, and then I was going to become part owner with him, and my life is definitely crazy because of a bike shop. But
Yeah.
I really feel like kids need to think outside the box. If they love BMX, there's other things they can do because not everybody's good at riding a bike. I'm not
Right.
good at riding a bike. I'm good at talking. I'm not the best talker. I'm not clear. I can't speak English. We all know that. But
I can't speak English. Nifty 50. Dang, CX just turned 50 today. How crazy is that? He made it to 50
I
riding
didn't even
bikes.
look at her. Happy birthday to you, fucker. Happy birthday to you. I appreciate everything you do, brother. Thanks for supporting us here. Thanks for supporting you. Thanks for supporting me on Instagram.
And he works
Thanks
at a
for
bike
supporting
shop.
this channel, and thanks for supporting Merit BMX. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
Holy
Yep.
crap, Bill! You were 32 when I was in high school. Damn.
That's wild. Nobody asked me what I wanted to be in high school.
I'm pretty sure you wanted to be either A, a serial killer, or B, a hairstylist.
No.
No.
Just no.
Yeah, that's the best thing. You laughed and then you went quiet. Went no. No, honestly, what did you want to be in high school? Please tell me.
I'll be honest. There's certain like phases through it because I didn't know, and like because I went to school. Damn, I don't have a way to show it. But when I was in high school, I didn't want to be in band. I didn't want to be in choir, and I didn't want to do a foreign language, which meant if I didn't want to do any of those things, I had to take art class in order to not. And that's where I learned that I could draw. Actually, I could pull it up on my phone and show a picture. I learned that I could draw. And so I'm going through school thinking that like I'm just going to be an artist because that's what I'm going to have to do in life.
You are pretty good at drawing.
I'll show a picture.
You're actually really, really, really good.
I'm going to show a picture of when I learned that I could draw. This is the one that was like, oh, I can do this. So I figured out that I could draw, and so I was just like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna go to art school and be an artist my whole life or whatever. Brent wanted to sing backup in My Chemical Romance. That's funny. And so I was touring schools, and this is where I learned what I wanted to do. So I was in a meeting at Ohio University, and the lady we were in the meeting with was talking to us or whatever. My parents were there, and she asked, like, what do you do for fun? I'm like, well, I ride bikes and I film it and I make videos. And she's like, well, you can do that. Like, I'm like, you can do that? And she meant like you can make videos as like a career. I'm like, you can do that? No way. So it was at that point that I realized that I wanted to make videos and like make that a job.
Oh, I wanted to be a pro BMXer since I was 11, and I obviously told you, but it was because my dad told me to grow the fuck up and quit riding a bike.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to prove him wrong that you could actually get a job riding a bike and make a living from it.
You should
obviously I don't
incorporate
make a
your art into your edits.
But I am part of it.
I just want to show off for a second.
Also, I have never cracked or broke a medieval. I have twisted the back end, and we got frames in, and the back end up towards the the back of the seat stand. We had a little logo that said medieval, and those little letters like twisted and moved. So that's the only thing I've ever had happen with those. What'd you draw?
This is my bike in 2010.
Jesus, dude. You're really good at shading.
Thanks, dog. Draw Ricky, but with hair. So I drew that.
Well, look. We got... Oh, you can't see it. Here.
I'll show
So there's
one.
right here. Hold on. There's me.
Dang, that's a good one.
Yep, that's me holding 2 garbage bags full of dead dogs.
I thought that was a dog, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. We don't mess around when we draw around here, boys.
So I'm gonna show 2. First, I'm gonna show one who's somebody who's still alive. The video of me actually drawing this is up on the YouTube channel.
I remember that. How long did that take again?
Like a week.
That's crazy.
So there's that one, and then I drew this man's.
That's fucked. Yo,
And
you should ask Matt Hoffman to draw you.
and then I drew this guy too,
God,
obviously.
that's crazy.
Um,
You're good, dude.
Thank you. So when I gave that drawing to Hoffman, I think he kind of felt like I was just being another fanboy. Like, oh, I drew you. But really, I was just like, I just want you to have this because I drew it. Like, I don't give a shit about who you are. I just wanted you to have it. That was it.
Isn't that weird? Like, you've been around a lot of BMXers. You travel a lot.
Yeah.
You've been around them.
Yeah.
Have you ever been around a group of BMX pros? Like, big name pros, and then just looked around and then go, oh, I'm around these dudes, but then just didn't give one fucking rat's
every single time.
You haven't had, but so I guess I'm a lot different. So I remember.
Thank you to everyone who's being so nice about my drawings.
Oh, your BMX is amazing. I remember going to Metro Jam, and I was riding the parking lot with Taj Mahalich.
Yeah.
Taj. And Taj is like, hey, I want to introduce you to some of my friends. And I was like, okay. And he introduced me to like Dave Frymuth, Ruben Alcantara, like the whole Etnies team.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. And I think that's the only time like where I had, well, not the only time. I've had a lot of like squirm in my chair kind of moments. But
Yeah.
like, I was like, this is amazing.
That's
but
funny. I've never had that because when we were at Interbike in 2016, I was like, oh, there's Reed Stark. Oh, look, Dan Kruk. Oh, Matt Copeland's here for profile. Oh, there's Robbie Morales. Like all, and I'm just like continuing on with my day. Like, oh, I don't care. And there's one time where I was like, oh, that's pretty freaking awesome. And it was because when I met Scotty at the Trumbull Jam that they did for him the year like he crashed and everything. And I went up to him, and literally the first thing he said to me was, oh, I know you. You're Brant Moore. And, like, I don't know how many people know it, but, like, I've talked so much about when I was growing up, I didn't watch videos. You know, I didn't watch videos. But the ones that I did watch were Scotty Kramer's felt edits, where he's riding that concrete skate park and doing flare to 5-tap tail whips in and stuff. So, like, he was like the one person that I ever like looked up to, like, oh my God, Scotty's amazing. And I even had on my MySpace profile, like, Scotty Kramer is the best BMX rider ever. And so when he said that, it was like, even Victoria was just, we were both just kind of like, whoa, that's crazy.
Ryan Nyquist is built like a tough 6th grader.
He farts like one.
God. I think it's so funny, like, now that in my position and where I am, and I have conversations with people weekly or daily or every other day with guys that I looked up to, and I don't think of it that anymore like I did. But like Paulo Sica, when I met him the same year we were together, Vic Ayala, but Paulo Sica was bigger to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you that time.
I remember at Interbike when Paulo Sica came out on the, or Nora Cup, when Paul came out and you were losing your mind.
I was yelling. I told everybody, I had that moment where I was like, I had that feeling that we would never, this sounds crazy, but I had that feeling that Nora Cup would never happen again.
Oh.
Like, I had that feeling.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I was right. But I I remember sitting there and I was like, I feel so excited and I want to scream and yell for these
And then
guys.
you did.
And then I said, fuck you. And remember when every person that got up on the bleacher was like, Ricky, stop guessing and answering everything before I get to say it. And I'm like, well, then learn how to say it without giving it away. Because
That's
remember, I was
funny.
just like guessing every person. And some of them I didn't even know was coming out. That's the crazy part. You know,
That's
when they always
funny.
do the special people?
Ian
'Cause I
Schwartz was there. Or was it
huh?
Ian Schwartz?
Yeah, it was Ian.
Yeah.
And I was just like guessing all these people because they were giving it away, but I was just so excited. I just told myself, I was like, I don't care anymore. Like,
Yeah.
no one's ever going to see me. I don't know these people too well. I don't care about people being drunk and high and partying
Right.
because that's the time when, what was that, Snap or what was that thing that everyone used to do before TikTok?
Snapchat, Vine.
Yeah, Snapchat. And that was when like Adam 22 did all that crazy stuff. And at the end of the day, everyone was like, I think the come up's going to be destroyed after all this stuff he did on the Snapchat. And then it just like somehow everyone just overlooked it. But I just knew that that moment was special and I needed to say what was on my mind. And I didn't care how.
Which was exactly when Paul Sika comes out. I want to suck your. That's what was on his mind.
No, did I say that?
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, that's hilarious.
Hey, there was a lot of people messed up
God,
there.
it's funny.
I was just the sober, loud, obnoxious dude as
It
usual.
was cool though because you were hanging out right by all the
What's up, Ken?
Common Crew kids that were going ape, whatever.
Yeah, see how we're being discreet? Because the stuff that's what's so mind-boggling is the stuff that you
What
saw,
up, Ken?
like, because we're sober. Like, me and you, I've never drank in my life. I don't think you've drank in your life.
Yeah.
You've never done drugs.
Nope.
I don't do drugs. I don't do anything. I'm clean. We're
What's up,
both
Stoney?
sober, right?
Yep.
And when you get around people that are drinking and smoking weed and whatever they're doing, you look at it and you just kind of go, okay. And then when you see people that you thought you looked up to and you see them doing things, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Because it was just a mind boggle. Like, I don't know if you went to the bathroom a few times, but the
I did
people I
not.
saw in the bathroom, I'm like, this is insane. Like, people, like, so drunk they couldn't even get up. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, what are you doing laying on the floor? Obviously, I'm not going to say names, but it's just
Gross.
like, wow. How can you get that drunk?
That's funny. I kind of want to tell my first time I met Chris Doyle story.
Give it to us.
I didn't know who he was. He came to the local indoor skate park 30 minutes from where I live. And I was there with Sponge. And we were riding in this room. And it's right within sight of the door. And he comes through the door. And Sponge is like, is that Chris Doyle? He starts like getting all excited. And my response was, who? Like, I don't know who that is. And so it's him and an even more like legendary name that you wouldn't even like think of ever. Brian Yeagle was with him.
Oh God.
Yeah. And so they came in and they came into the room we were in. And the first interaction I've ever had with Doyle my whole life, other than maybe saying hi when they first came in, was him asking me if it was okay if he took my line in that room and like used it to ride that room. And that's my first interaction with Doyle. But the craziest thing about all this is that like this room was pretty technical. It's called the flow room. And there was like, this technical setup. And you could see that Doyle was like learning. What's up, Casey? He's going to be so mad I didn't know who Doyle is. Anyway, so you could see when Doyle was riding that room, like it was a tough room to ride. You could see that Doyle was like struggling and getting used to it just like anyone else would. But then when Brian Yeagle would drop in, this dude would go to the ceiling. It was his first time ever there and his first time dropping in and riding it. He would go to the ceiling on everything. And like these box jumps had like how a volcano is like round and it tapers to the ground. Yeah. So like the box jump on the side of them was round like that. And he's like tire sliding down this box jump side of it. And it was just like the stylish, most flowy looking thing ever. And watching him ride that room was insane.
Did he do any suicide no-handers? He's got a good suicide.
There's not really a place in that room that you could really do one unless it was an air out.
So the first time I met Doyle, obviously I'm a douchebag, so I was like, "Hey Doyle, can you do a tabletop?" And Doyle looked at me and goes, "You're a dick, Ricky. I'll try." He goes, airs the jump box, but he's like airing it so high. You know how he airs, right?
Yeah.
He goes to the table and gets his shirt caught and
Oh,
almost dies.
you
Turns
killed
around, looks
Doyle.
back at me and goes, "Dude, I can only invert. Don't be a dick to me." But like joking and laughing. And I was like, "Oh, dude, I almost killed Doyle."
The whole entire BMX world would have disowned you if you killed Doyle.
Well, what am I supposed to do, man? People are writing books. Holy shit.
Talking about the timeless
Phil.
jam.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know it either. So I can't know everything. Hey, we got 26 nobodies in here.
28, 29 actually.
Shit, dude.
No
Good
one,
job.
because
What was that
no
dude's
one.
name? RMN?
I don't care. I think his name was no one.
Oh. Well, is he still in here?
I don't know. Here, I can find out though. No.
Wad said yes, another interview with Montana. So I will tell you how I describe you, Brant. So, like, I told everybody that we're gonna start. Like, I'm gonna hit up some people and get some pros on here.
Yeah.
Or just some BMX pros, like bigger name people, and just have a conversation with them. And every time I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do a show. Like, I would like to do it on my own page, but I'm not technical and I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a Y2K page interview with pros, but I'm gonna use Brant Moore's page. And then they go, they'll say two things. One, they'll go, so Brant Moore's the dude that does all those lip trick weird things, right? And plays with cubes and stuff. And I'm like, yes. And then they'll be like, how is he? And I said, he's the most neutral person ever. So mainly it'll be me telling and talking and saying tons of bullshit. And somehow Brant weeds through all of it and then makes an actual question for you to actually answer. I was like, I'll just keep talking because I was like, I'll have all the information and knowledge about you. And then Brant, because Brant isn't like how I am as a BMX whore. Brant's a BMX whore in his own way. He'll just have like generic questions that actually mean something. Not dry generic, but just generic.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Stoney, you can't have Ricky from me. He's mine.
What happened?
He said if I can figure out streaming, you totally can, Ricky.
Oh, I got it. I'm ready to get on there all the time.
No, he can't take you from me.
Casey, I think there's a lot of room for old school pages. Like there's the mid school, there's mid school, there's all kinds of pages. And what I decided to do with the page that I run is I wanted anonymity. What's the word when you try to
anonymity, and then I can't.
Whatever. I just didn't want
Anonymity.
people to think that I made a page and it was me. I just wanted the page made for people so I can give them back what they deserve. And obviously, I got like 15,500 followers, I think, on there. But I write and do something almost every single day for riders, and I just try to bring back good memories. What 2000 does is a completely different than me, and I appreciate what he does. Me and him are completely two different people. I'm way older than him, so like my approach and the way I'm doing things is a lot different, and I think there's enough room for everybody. Yep. And I'm excited to see who makes something after I did, like after we did. I'm excited for the new kids to make something from 2010 to 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I those things need. I have so many pages that I've started, and I put so much time into BMX that like it's a full-time job if I actually wanted to do it, but I try not to because I'd get fired. Because
Yeah.
I literally like I'll get bored and I'll be like, oh, I gotta text Butcher, and then I'll be texting Butcher and I'll be like, hey, ECD East Coast Destruction, I need a question real quick. Did Lucky do this? And then I'll have to hit up like Matt Berenger, and then I'll have to hit up Todd Lyons to ask him a question. Then I'll hit up Brad McDonald, and then I'll just like, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm at work. I'm supposed to be making money for this company, and I'm just doing all this weird BMX shit that means nothing, but it means so much to me.
Dude,
So
I can't even imagine. Actually, I can imagine how difficult I'm sure it ends up being sometimes too when you think of a trick someone did in an old video and you try to find that clip. I can only imagine how
it's
long
easy.
that takes
It's
sometimes.
easy. It's easy. I have three ways of doing it, and I won't say it publicly because if I do that, it takes away all the work that I've been doing for 6 years. And I don't want somebody to take how I do it. They got to do it their own. But I have done things where I have a brand new page, and the idea behind the page is I find riders before they were pros, and then I find videos of them before they're pros, and I don't mention their name, and I talk about them, and then people have to guess who it is. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's easy.
I don't
But
know if this kid's still in here, but I just want everyone in the chat to let this skinny Trey 14 person know what you think he should do or where he should start because he said he just started BMX today.
oh wow, I love him. To get off the rant, with these pages, I've had so many people that came back into BMX, and it's because of that page.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. Skater Trey, I just started BMX today. Where do I start? I'm a skater, but I got bored. Skinny, I used to skateboard when I was 11 years old, and I was doing blunts, stalls, nose blunts, and board sliding 6-stair handrails. And I did the same thing as you, and I got bored, and I went to BMX because it was a harder thing for me to do. What I suggest to you is to try everything to do with BMX. Try to ride dirt, try to ride skate park. If you're a skater and you're switching over, you already have the dexterity or whatever it is. You have the means. Because if you can ride a skateboard, it's easy to ride a bike. It's just different movements. But I suggest trying everything. And the one thing, and this is going to sound crazy, try to find a racetrack and try racing. That's one thing that nobody ever suggests. But if you're serious about riding BMX, go to the racetrack, and that will teach you everything you need to be good at riding BMX. Because the majority of BMXers that grew up in my time were all racers. You learn everything. Control, balance, eye-hand coordination, how to eat shit. You realize that you can't afford it. You realize you don't like things that are competitive like that. You realize you like jumping. You realize you like freestyle, or you realize you want to be in the Olympics. It has everything you can have. And I'm pretty sure if you asked a million other people, I don't even know if they'd suggest racing. Now, if you're really good at ramps, please, please become the next vert rider. We do not have any young blood vert riders. They're all 30 plus years old. Think about how crazy that is.
Pretty nuts. He's
Pretty
still
nuts.
in
All
here.
right,
My advice to him, and my only advice, would be to find yourself through riding bikes and then never stop being yourself.
I love you. So what I'm going to do is click off from this thing, and then I can just call back from my phone, right?
Okay.
All right. Call back from my phone.
Okay. Ricky will be back in after these messages. That's what I mean to say. So yeah, random live stream tonight, going very well. 45 minutes deep. Ricky's about to drive, be on his Bluetooth. But you know, this is a fun one. I'm enjoying it. All the vert ramps I used to ride are torn down. Yeah, the hardest part of riding a vert ramp, other than actually trying to drop in and learn how to ride a vert ramp, is finding a vert ramp. That's difficult to do. Whew. Oh, guess who's back? Back again.
Yo, back like a heart attack. They call me Ricky. I did a 10-stair handlebar and I racked my sack. I don't know. I'm not good at rapping.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I kind of...
Before we leave, hold on. Let me flip this around.
Yeah.
Big shout out to any of the companies that gave me hats. I try to wear every single one of them every single day, but there's a lot. All right, just moving it over here. Big shout out to this trash can for taking all my trash. It means a lot.
You're funny. Joe Hill, I wasn't ignoring you. I wanted to ask if you were the Joey Hill who rode in the Dirty East contest at the Flow Skate Park and did giant foofanoos. Shout out to Ricky's beard.
Beard? I have a beard?
I mean, you got beard, man.
Dude, I'm getting gray hair everywhere. It sucks.
It happens.
It does, man. I'm going to be 39 soon, dude. So
Jesus.
scary. But I ride every single day, dude. That's the secret. Even though I have gray hair, I have a little bit of wrinkles. The secret is,
Can still tabletop.
My body hurt. Yeah, that's the most important part is doing tables. But my body works so great because I'm still just riding every day. Like, you can be 50 years old and ride all the time. You can ride forever as long as you just keep pedaling.
Get Steve Woodward on here. I tried, okay? It didn't work.
Steve Woodward's on here?
No, like, get him in here. How do I know?
Okay, I can do that. I'll give him a call. What's that?
I'm trying to figure out, I want to make a highlight from when we were telling dude who just started riding BMX. Unless it was an air out.
Oh.
I want to post that as a video because it's a good one.
So I can give him back.
Ricky, you're frozen, bud.
That, like, it's a full-time job if I actually fight.
Oh, you're back now.
Who are you fighting?
I am new to riding, going to Woodward next week. That's cool, man.
It takes away all the work.
Man, I'll tell you my first Woodward experience.
Let's hear it.
I'll tell you the idea of wanting to go to Woodward my whole life and being like, man, I can't wait to go to Woodward. I'm going to learn tail whips. I'm going to learn backflips. I'm going to start doing backflips and manual 180s. I'm going to do all of those tricks. I got to Woodward, and I was like, dude, I just want to go ride a handrail out in the streets. I don't give a shit about this.
How crazy that is.
I don't like it. The foam pit smelled like mashed potatoes and hot dog water. I can't get my bike out of there. I lost my phone in it. I can't afford to be here. I'm not happy. Woodward is just not for me. Now, if I was 13, Woodward would have been the most amazing thing. But Woodward at 35 was not fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I understand.
Woodward sucked.
I had fun there the couple times that I've been there. I never went as a camper.
Yeah, either did I. I don't think I would have lasted as a camper, to be honest with you.
Jeff, the next Lip Lords video might be the next edit that I put out. I might try and get it out by the end of August. I just got to edit it and see where it's at. Thanks for hanging out, CX. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Love you.
Yo, Shane Mendez. Met you at Tampa, Florida at the Bro Bowl. Love these streams lately. Thank you for tuning in. You guys all kill it, and I love seeing your guys' stuff on Instagram.
I don't know
and
you,
then
but
never
thanks.
stop being yourself.
I love you. So what I'm going to do is click.
That's funny. The skinny
man. I'm glad that we can just do this and 20-something people sit on here for a good hour and just hang out with us. Like, I know Jeff Mead right now is probably sitting in one of those kids' pools, like leaning back, has 2 cigarettes in each hand, a beer in each hand, and flip-flops. That's what I pictured when I pictured Jeff Mead watching us.
That's funny. Woodward is middle ground for Brant and I, is what Jeff Mead just said. Jeff Mead and I have a game of bike series to finish. I beat him at Bloomfield, and he beat me at my local. So we have to play at Woodward for the win.
Damn. I always feel like, well, obviously, me and you have only played a game of bike once, correct? And then we played
Twice.
friends.
We played one
Yeah,
in the grind room at Ray's, and then we played at the Mara Warehouse.
You won both, right?
I think so.
Okay. Both times I was way ahead, and then I did the dumb thing that I always do and add 17,000 tricks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I don't think I'll ever win a game of bike because I do that constantly all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'll instantly, like every person that I've ever played, it doesn't matter, from Andy Garcia, Devin Smiley, like anybody that I've ever played a game of bike with, Brock Rayford, I'll like go and then I'll either give them a couple letters real quick, or they'll just look at me and go, "This is a waste of time." But when I play with you, I'm laughing the whole time. Like I've never played with you and then actually played, because what ends up happening every single time is me and you both be nice. We're being nice. We're both doing different tricks and being nice. We're not like doing pretzel footing, or
Right.
I'm not doing underhanded. We're not like adding, like tire tap, kickflip, bar spin, ice pick. We're not doing that. But it's like when you first start, when I play you, I know you're going to slip your foot. You do that all the time. It's like
Yeah.
the first two letters, you like have to be at BI before you start getting it serious. And I swear, every time I played you, I get you to BIK, and then I go, oh, I'm going to fucking annihilate him with something I shouldn't even do. Like, remember the last one? I had no letters. You were at BIK, and I was like, I'm just going to do this Behringer grind stall thing and then add 10 tricks. And then you were like, here's a B for you, Ricky. Then you were like, here's an I for you, Ricky. And then you're like, oh, here's a K. And then my last trick, remember, I tried to do like fake you wall ride.
Yes,
like
it was ridiculous. Bar
backwards
X-hander
manual.
craziness.
Yeah, and then remember, I landed all of it, and then coming out of the bar spin, out of the X-up lander, I just slipped a foot. And then I remember you're like, all right, you're done. I'm doing a 180 to over 50-50 to back over or something on that flat rail. And I just remember being like, man, why does the game have to be over? And I think that's what I like about games of bike, is like, to me, they're never serious, ever. Even when I played the first game of Vital BMX bike,
Yeah.
and the winner got to go on and play the pros. Well, you got to go on and be on the TV show and everything that they did for Vital back in the day. And I obviously played it serious till I got to the end, and then when I was heads up against the best person there, he whooped my ass. But it's just like, if you don't take it serious, I think games of bike are the best thing ever, and it's the times that you actually learn something and you do something new. So
Yeah.
I think people's approach should be, when they're riding their bike, they should just pretend they're playing a game of bike.
I mean, game of bikes are supposed to teach you things, so it does make sense.
Yeah.
I think the only person I've ever played a real game of bike with where I wasn't holding back at all and was just straight up was with Sponge. Because when I play with him, I can just do anything that I can do except for like a ice pick variation stall trick, and he's gonna be able to do it. Like I beat
Brad Sims twice, so I'm just the same as you. I went ham against Brad Sims, so I did the same as you. But Sponge is ungodly,
dude. It's
even
not
though I just said Brad Sims, but
it doesn't make any freaking sense. He could do anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, but he's like Andrew Carpenter, the guy that I always say to you.
Yeah.
I always mention him.
Yeah.
Those people that are naturally gifted and they just like BMX in their own way and they'll do whatever they want. Those are the guys that you wish you could just be like, dude, apply yourself and you'll be the greatest rider there is. But they won't, because they just like BMX for the way they like it.
he doesn't have to apply himself. He just is the greatest rider there ever is. The funny thing about Sponge is that he literally plays games of bike against himself.
I love it.
Who else plays a game of bike against himself in a session just for fun? Like, well, I'll get to the park and he'll be in the middle of it and I'll be like, oh, we should do this. And he's like, oh, wait a second. I just got to finish this game of bike real quick.
Well, maybe he has a split personality.
No, I don't know about that.
You know, so I'm about to go tuck the daughter, my stepdaughter, into bed right now. I just want to say to everybody that's on here, well, first and foremost, to the new kid, if you're still on here, a skater kid, you're now officially a biker kid. Look me and Brant up on Instagram. You need help with anything, DM us. That goes for anybody in here. If you need anything, DM us. I appreciate all of you guys. I know that obviously I could be the biggest douchebag in the world, but my heart is obviously pure. And I truly do care. How many people we got on here?
20.
4? Holy shit. All right, you 20 people are amazing. I know I say it every single time.
Next time we're going to have a guest.
We're going to have a guest, and then I just locked in another new guest. So there's going to be a couple new guests, and obviously these guys are going to have, well, one of them will have gray hair. The other one's still younger.
Yo,
So.
20 Grip came in with the last minute $10 super chat. Thumbs up.
No, hey, weren't we supposed to do a fund for something for you? What was the thing we were working on?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, we'll start another one. All right, I love all you guys. Have a great night. Blah, blah.
See ya. And I'm going to say goodbye with this thing up just so we can have it on the screen for at least a minute before we get off of here. Later, Ricky. Thank you, 20 Grip, for the super chat. Thank you to everyone for tuning in and hanging out with us tonight. And we'll come back soon because Ricky's got a guest talking about something important, and we're going to do that. So yeah, check out the news video tomorrow. Jam video went up today, and I uploaded a highlights video just a minute ago. So yeah, thanks 20 Grip for the support, and